Hello everyone. So today we are going to get into writer's craft centered around dual perspective. So today we are going to take a look at a text that has a situation that occurs in the text, and within this story we get to hear from two different perspectives on that same event in the story. So a lot of times when authors are telling us a story, we're only hearing the main character's inner thinking. So today we're going to go into some different stories that have more than just the main character's thoughts. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my notebook. So give me just a second. All right, so let's see if I can turn this a little bit for you guys. All right, guys, let me see if I can switch us around here. All right, so our learning goal today is I can use pre-writing strategies to develop ideas. So we're going to read a text. We're going to read Save Me a Seat. We'll read an excerpt from the first chapter, and we're going to read like a writer today. We are going to be thinking about whose thoughts we are getting, which character's thoughts we are hearing when we're reading, what the situation is, and we're going to hear from a second character on that same situation. So we can kind of compare what both of those characters are going through in the same situation at the same time. Okay, so this is an author's craft when they reveal to the reader two different characters thinking through that same moment in time. So let's go ahead and switch over to Save Me a Seat, and then we will come back to the perspectives that we heard from and the situation.
Chicken. Chapter 1. Ravi. America cannot pronounce Monday. Chicken fingers. Chapter 1. Ravi. Most people in America cannot pronounce my name. On the first day at my new school, my teacher, Mrs. Beam, is brave enough to try. Suryanyane, she said, her eyebrows twitching as she attempts to sound it out. Suryanarayanan, I say slowly. She tries again, but it is no better. I'm going to have to work on that, she says with a laugh. I laugh too. Suryanarayanan is my surname. My first name is Ravi. It's pronounced and a strong V. In Sanskrit, it means the sun. In America, people call me Ravi with a stress on the first syllable. That doesn't mean anything. Patience is a virtue, Amma reminds me often. She believes that with time, people will learn how to say our names correctly. My grandmother tells her not to hold her breath. We moved to Hamilton, New Jersey a few months ago, May 13 to be exact. I am fresh off the boat, as they say. My father got a promotion at his IT company in Bangalore, so they transferred him to America. In India, Amma, Appa, and I had our own house with a cook and a big garden. Needed to go. My grandparents lived in their own flat nearby. Now we all live together in a townhouse in a place called Hamilton Mews. Things are here in America. Appa takes the train to work. We don't have a cook anymore, so Amma has to prepare all the meals herself. Our new house is much smaller than the old one. There is only one bathroom upstairs, which I share with my grandparents. I wouldn't mind so much, except that Peripa likes to take long showers and Perima leaves her teeth in a glass by the sink at night. I learned to speak English when I was very young. We speak mostly English at home, and I went to an English medium school, but for some reason, people here in New Jersey have trouble understanding me when I speak. I am trying to learn how to swirl my tongue to sound more American. My quick jerk winks at me. I smile back. Dylan think he wants to be my friend. Chapter 2. Joe. My name is Joe, but that's not what most people call me. Not at Einstein, anyway. I've never been a big fan of school, except for lunch. Eating is the one thing I'm really good at. I've always been tall for my age, but lately I've been growing so fast my clothes don't fit anymore, even the ones we bought a few weeks ago. I'm always hungry. A lot of kids wouldn't be caught dead eating school lunch.
All right, everyone, thank you for your patience. So I kind of skipped about halfway through the first chapter where we heard from Ravi, and I skipped to the second chapter where we heard a little bit from Joe. So the way this text is set up is that we are kind of going back and forth between the two different characters. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my notebook right now, so we can think through this a little more. Okay, so again, our learning target today is I can use pre-writing strategies to develop ideas. So I went ahead and made a chart so that I could think about how the author moved us from one perspective to the next. So the first perspective in this text was we heard from Ravi. So perspective 1, we heard from Ravi. Okay. The situation would be the first day of school. Okay. And then perspective 2, the other person that we heard from was Joe. And you guys can kind of see where we're going with this. They both had two, even just the first paragraph from Joe was very different from what we heard from Ravi's perspective of that first day of school. So Ravi is new to his school, and he is very enveloped in his culture, and everything is kind of brand new for him. Joe, having already went to this school or the same district previously and not experiencing a move that we know of yet. He's just kind of like, this is no big deal. My favorite thing is lunch. He's just more laid back and casual. So we're getting two very different perspectives. And that was both taking place on the first day of school. So we're going to dig into this a little bit more, but for today in your writing, what I want you to do is pick up a text. This one was Save Me a Seat. Some other options for you might be, you might choose Because of Mr. Terupt. You might choose another one is called Legend. This is just a copy of the first chapter from it, but Legend would be another good one. Choose one of these texts or flip through a book and see if you can find some more dual perspectives like this where it goes between several different people in the book, and see if you can make a chart similar to mine or jot down some ideas that helps you to think through the different perspectives that you're being exposed to from the author on that same topic or event in your text. Okay, so try that out in your writing today. All right, have a good one, writers. Thank you.